Hi guys, it's Bronte here from Apothecary Studios. I just wanted to share something that I was looking and thinking of doing. I'm looking at how paint is made and potentially making a workshop on making paint, making watercolors or making acrylic paints. And I was looking through some of this old pharmacy stuff that I have from pharmacy that I bought in a tiny little town, 600 people. It's a really old pharmacy. The pharmacist was over 70 and had to leave town to go and live somewhere closer to hospitals and things for his health. So when I bought the pharmacy, all this stuff came with it, and I've kept it because I really like antiques and it's kind of cool historical stuff. I was looking for some gum arabic because gum arabic is an ingredient that they do use when making paint. I haven't managed to find any, but I did want to just share the bottles and some of the things that I did find. So to start with, these are all glass pharmacy bottles with glass stoppers, and they just look really cool. Some of the labels have worn off. This one has pot nitras written on it, and a lot of the labels have worn off because I had this bottle of acid hydrobromide in my box, and it has a cork in the top, and it fell over and it leaked on everything. I had all the bottles stored sideways, and acid went on all the labels, and a lot of them have been eaten away and I can't see what they are anymore. So some of this stuff, I have no idea what it is. Like, this bottle hasn't got anything in it, but the label's gone. And I thought that it would be really cool because in pharmacy we learn how to make medications. So we make creams, we make liquids, we make tinctures, and they used to make tablets and things like that as well. Now mostly if you're making individual dosage forms you use capsules, but anyway, that's beside the point. So some of these ingredients I've got oils. There's this one here which is oil juniper back. So it's juniper oil, and it's really, really thick. You can see how slowly and how viscous that is. And I was curious as to whether maybe that could be something that I could use in creating a medium or making some paint. When you use oil paints, sometimes the linseed oil, if it's left for a long time, it gets really thick, and it can be a really beautiful medium to mix your oil paints into. It gives a real thick impasto kind of effect. Another cool thing was this little bottle. This is a bottle of brilliant green, and it's a powder. So I've got some green pigment there that I can maybe use to make some paint. But my idea is to make a workshop using these bottles, clean them all up, put pigments in them, put ingredients that we use to make paint in them, and then utilize those in a workshop setting to teach people and show people how to make paint. I don't know how to do it yet myself. I still have to research that, but that's something really cool I'd like to do. Some of the other things that I've found I use, so this here I actually use as a palette. It's a little porcelain dish that in the pharmacy was used to dry tablets. So when tablets were handmade in the pharmacy, they used these little trays to sit the tablets in while they were drying. And I use it for my watercolors, and it's great because it's it just allows me to have little divots of the different colors and mixing and all that sort of stuff. I also have an old mortar and pestle. This one, the handle obviously broke off, and the old pharmacist fixed that with a great big bolt glued into the top as a new handle. And so that's something that I could use to mix things with. And I also have the British Pharmacopoeia from 1963. This has got formularies in it, and it's got information about all different ingredients, and there might be some useful information in here that I can tells you about the chemical properties of different compounds. So it tells you their solubility in water, it tells you their acidity, it tells you how to identify them, and I might need to use some of this information to try and identify what some of this stuff actually is. Like, there's this great big bottle here. It's totally full. It's got some kind of shiny, glittery looking powder in it, and there's lots of it, so it must have been something that was commonly used, but I don't know what it is. The label's completely gone. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, and thought that it was very interesting. There's also lots of essential oils. I've got cinnamon oil, there's rosemary, there's a little bottle of rosemary oil. Look at that little bottle with its cork in the top. The rosemary oil is probably no good or anything like that, but it's oh, it's so cool, so cool. There's a bottle of, I showed the juniper oil. There's bergamot oil. Look at that bergamot oil. Some of the corks are stuck in, so I'm going to have to dig them out to try and clean the bottles out, and then I can reuse them for stuff. So thanks for listening, and I'll catch you later. Bye!